Record. Hello, hello. Welcome to Everyone's a Storyteller. I'm Dr. Daintee Jones, and I serve as Director of Fund Development at the Ensemble Theater of Houston, Texas. This is an interview series with different leaders in the city of Houston as they advise the youth in our Young Performers program on how to use storytelling in their various professions. I am delighted today to have with us Dr. Adanta Ugo. Welcome, Dr. Ugo.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy and honored to be here.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping us with this series. Now, will you tell us your title and your present position and what you do in your position?
I am currently a special education teacher for middle school, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. And this year I'm going to start working with ninth grade at a public school in Houston. And I'm also an adjunct faculty member for a community college in Houston. And I served as a program advisor for that same community college in Houston.
Oh, that is awesome. Awesome. I think it's so interesting that you're working with several different age groups. That is wonderful.
Yes.
So, will you give us an example of how you've used storytelling to turn a challenging situation into a successful testimonial in your professional or your personal life?
So I have a story that I typically tell most students when they get to a challenging point and maybe completing a program or not getting into a program. And it's actually my story. It's my story of how Dr. Ugo did not graduate from high school with her graduating. And it's a story about how I was a smart student all through high school, all through elementary, middle school, and high school. And then when I got to the 12th grade, I struggled with math. I struggled with geometry, and I wasn't able to complete my my. I wasn't able to complete the 12th grade with my class. So I had to go to summer school, and I was devastated. I didn't know what my next step was going to be. But at the end of the day, I graduated, and I have one of the highest degrees that you can receive in education. And it was through perseverance, determination, motivation, empowerment from others, mentoring from others. And I tell that story when I come across students who have given their all, put everything into what they into everything, put everything into what they believe is the right career for them, and it doesn't come to fruition. And I let them know I'm proof. It's not the end. Keep going, keep moving. There's a reason that you got here. And that's the story that I tell my middle schoolers when they fail a test, especially math, because I work with math students too. That's my story that I tell students in college when they can't get into that nursing program or that radiography program. That's the story I told my students last year when for the first time they got to the playoffs for soccer and they missed it and they wanted to just quit. They didn't want to do anything else. So I tell that story about perseverance, moving forward, overcoming, and learning about yourself. And it tends to bring the students closer to me, the people closer to me.
Oh, wow. That
We're
is a
gonna stop.
powerful, powerful testimonial. Oh, I would imagine that the students feel comforted by you being vulnerable and sharing your
Mm-hmm.
story. And I
Mm-hmm.
think each of us in humanity have a story about how we've had to overcome. So thank you for sharing with the youth with whom you work your very compelling and touching story of your life. Thank you so much for that. So the next question is, what techniques do you use to ensure the stories that you tell resonate with your target audience? What techniques do you use?
Um, Authenticity. I like to tell real stories. I like to tell stories that I think that they can connect with. And sometimes if I don't have a personal story or a story from somebody else's life that I can share with them, I'll let them know, hey, it may not be a specific person I'm talking to, but what if this was your idea? What if this was the situation? Let's look at this from a different way. Let's tell a different story, but a better story to get you to where you need to be.
That's awesome. A better story. Thank you. Thank you so
Better.
much for that. That sounds like a wonderful technique in order to reach the students. Now, what impact have you seen storytelling have on your audience's engagement and the retention of the material that you share?
Um, I've seen my students become more open and ready to receive correction or input from others. I've seen them draw closer to me and see me as an ally or as a person who they can voice their concerns with, a mentor, a motivator, a confidant, a coach, a person that's ready to stand by them and help them do what they need to do. And, as an ally, they see me as somebody that I have the back.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. It must be great to be one of your students. what,
I
what?
get that sometimes.
The next question is, what ethical considerations should one keep in mind when using storytelling in one's career?
um, be honest, be authentic. Don't make up stuff just to tell a story. Come from your heart. Because if you're truly wanting to help somebody reach a goal or overcome a challenge or just feel better about themselves, it's really good when they can relate to it. But if they find out later on that you lied, it kind of undermines the whole story. So have as much truth to it as possible. Don't share everybody else's personal information, but just be real and be honest, truthful.
That's so important. Honesty is so important and integrity. And I believe people can see when we're not being authentic. So we might as
Mhm.
well be
I
authentic.
agree. Yes, I agree.
Awesome, awesome. And then lastly, do you have any news that you'd like to share with our audience members?
Yes, I am starting my coaching business. It's called Nexus Coaching, and it's going to be up and running coming October the 1st. So look for that. So you can get this personal motivator, this personal encourager to yourself
Oh, awesome,
as
awesome.
of
That is
October the
great
1st. Yes,
news.
yes,
October 1st. Okay, well
yes.
we will stay ready to hear more about that new beginning for you. And congratulations. Well, thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much for
It
this
was
interview
an
today. I
honor.
appreciate it so much. And
Thank you for
to our
having me.
viewers, thank you. Thank you for being here. And to our viewers, don't forget that you have a right to tell your own story and that the arts education is a transferable skill. You can use the arts wherever you like to go. So thank you for
Yeah,
considering the ensemble theater. All right, until next
yeah.
time, I'm Dr. Daintee Jones, Director of Fund Development at the Ensemble Theater.